I think we need to understand what the terms Murabbi means, because it's a big word. It's a word short enough, but the implications and the ramifications of the meaning that it covers is so vast. Being an Arabic term, this Murabbi term means any of these things: a patron, a superior, a guardian, a protector, a champion, an educator par excellence, a mentor, a guide, and an observer. All of these elements are contained in just one word, Murabbi. So we want to be a Murabbi, wholesome one. It is quite a fat hope, meaning a big hope, but very difficult to fulfill. But in the effort to fulfill all this is what matters, meaning that we work towards achieving that status. If anybody comes to you and say and proclaim himself as a Murabbi, you just say, okay, thank you, scratch your head a little bit, but observe what is the effective elements that are in the claim. We have to be fair to people, so we just accept it, but always measure it against all the components of what a Murabbi is. Because at the end of the day, the most perfect, or the perfect Murabbi, is in the person of the Prophet, and nobody can achieve that. He achieved it because of divine will, and he exhibited this Murabbi characteristic in the most perfect form. We try and emulate some of this. That's all we can do. So when we say how to be a good Murabbi, effective Murabbi, we mean that we are trying to emulate all these positive qualities in a way that will make us be an effective teacher, an effective guide, a well-loved character, an exemplary one, and that at the end, at the pinnacle of it, is an inspirational teacher. That is what our aim is. So if we can have that orientation, we can then start trying to understand what this whole exercise is all about. That is a slide. That is a slide of the things that I have just mentioned just now in graphic form, meaning the components of this role as a Murabbi, teacher-educator role, which may in certain places be called a Muallim, in another place a Murshid, another place a Mudarris, a Muaddib, and Murabbi. So with that orientation, we proceed on to the next stage, that is to realize with all these things that you have or try to be, where are you in the scheme of things? Where are you in the what you call the various social institutions that we live in? Because social institutions include, I put it in the next slide. These are the very well-known social institution that is with everybody who live: the government, the family, the occupational workplace, party politics, religion, and education. All of these are social institutions, and the Murabbi's place actually permeates all these things, but particularly so, the base is education, but it is in religion, it is in workplace, it is in the family, and it is in all the other activities that one does. That this should be, we should be cognizant of and orientate ourselves in that kind of milieu, in that kind of environment, and not in isolation. Because some people tend to think that if I'm a teacher, my environment is my student and my teaching institution. That is a very narrow restrictive view, when in fact the base is teaching and imparting knowledge, but the audience and the people who are involved with it are from many other sub-entities, which we call the social institution. And a Murabbi should be aware of that. Because I have come across certain episode where the person involved in, say, teaching a certain subject will say, this is only applicable as I am teaching here. As I am not doing this related to my teaching, it has got nothing to do with it. That is against the concept of a Murabbi. A Murabbi should be one which exists in relation to other institutions closely related and even distantly related. We should be aware of that in order to be have a semblance of a good Murabbi. Again, in the point form, there you have to be aware that we are all members of the society, and we have to have appropriate association and participation with the society. There must be fellowship within the milieu that you work in. Fellowship means good relationship, respecting and tolerating everybody around. And I suppose a very restrictive word, but gives the meaning, is to have Salatul Rahim with all around you, and this general feeling of generosity. Generosity about what? Generosity about giving, and in this case, giving your ilm, giving your knowledge, and giving your expertise to be learned, to be shared, and to be distributed to all others for the purpose of enhancement of everyone within the milieu, within the society. That is the concept that a Murabbi should have. So what are the essential elements or characteristics that must be in the Murabbi? He must be an educator, and he must be able to do training. He must have a good personality, good character, and he must realize that teaching is one of the noblest form of profession. Teaching, meaning giving ilm to others and educating them. And in fact, there is a hadith which is sahih, which says that whoever teach something for goodness, for good purposes, for him is a reward unending, as long as what he teach is benefiting for generations to come. Those who know Arabic and Ahli Hadith, they will know this hadith at their fingertip. Man dalla ala khairin falahu mithlu ajri fa'ilih. So I'm just quoting what is written, so nothing great, nothing Murabbic in it. It is written everywhere. So, and there you are. Those who teach will benefit from the teaching as long as what he teaches goes on being taught for eternity. Banyak pahala kan? So this Murabbi thing and teaching thing and training thing is something that we are lucky if we are entrusted with it. And it's something that is given for free that we should be thankful for unendingly. There you are. Effective teaching. Just on next one. Okay, these are in written form what I have just said, crystallized in writing, which is effective teacher, and he must be an expert teacher, not just teaching a general thing, but he must also be an expert in certain aspect of knowledge which he professed. He can be a tafsir expert, hadith expert, history expert, medical expert, and in medicine, the expertise ramifies from specialty to subspecialty to sub-subspecialty, like Prof. Hafiz. He's got a specialty, medical, subspecialty, orthopedic, subspecialty, spine and knee, joints, subspecialty, only the left joints, not the right joint. So, begitulah sampai akhirnya. That means you must not just be mastering your general subject, but you're also a master of certain specialized aspects of that subject. And the third thing is that in all this, in the knowledge that you have, in the specialty that you mastered, you are exemplary. Because there are people who are expert, but they are not exemplary. Pandai, tahu semua, but nobody wants to emulate him. Sebab there are certain bits of the character which is not exemplary. When your students start feeling that you are only good at teaching and imparting, but not good as an example to follow, then we have failed in our attempt to be a Murabbi, an exemplary teacher or master or a trainer. So we try and be an exemplary person in the thing that you teach and in the things that you impart.